So before we even get any of this started, before like any of that, we need to talk real hip hop right now. And I was like, we need to have a real discussion right now because y'all been playing my boy. Y'all been playing my boy. Y'all been over here, like, y'all worry about Deku. I've been one of the ones I know. Listen, bro, listen, y'all been worried about Deku. Y'all been worried about Shigaraki. Like, oh, bro, like, he's coming. Nigga, we get Shigaraki versus Deku. Oh, Deku could go 45%. Oh, yeah. Y'all get so focused on that. And y'all not really showing love to the realest one out here. Y'all really not giving my boy love, and I'm not liking it. We got to be real with the people right now. AD, we have to be real with the people right now. Big Eyes listeners, we got to be real with the people right now. We gotta be real about who's a real goat around here because
you already know.
You already know
what the fuck going on.
They showed it this week who the real heavy stepper is around here.
Let's go! My boy showing out.
Listen, hey, number one hero right there. Number one hero right there. Well, who stepped up? Number one hero right there. Who stepped up? Who stepped up? That's what I really want. No, let's be real with the people here. I want the people to be real with me. I'm just be real with the people here.
Bro, you are spitting. You are spitting. We are on a Sunday right now. You are preaching, my guy. The goats.
Listen. My dog. Y'all already know the hive that we are in right now. My dog. My guy, Bakugo. Listen, we're gonna respect the GOAT. We need to respect the GOAT right now of my guy Bakugo, who came through. Listen, number one hero right there. Everybody worry about Shigaraki and Deku. Oh, Deku go 45%. Bakugo's hurt that he can't. Bakugo's hurt that he's getting scared. He's losing his edge. Who's losing their edge? Let's get it, bro. Listen, Bakugo Hive is here.
The Bakugo Hive is real.
Here. We're here. Listen, talk to me nice or don't talk to me at all. Talk to me nice.
Oh, man.
Welcome to this week's episode.
Y'all gonna put some respect on Bakugo name, bro. Like,
we're gonna put respect on it. Listen, welcome to this week's episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. Hey, it's Manga Mondays now. I'm here with my guy AD. AD, how we feeling today?
Man, we feeling good, bro. The hype is real. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, this change is amazing. We get the first impressions hype now. Like,
yeah, the first impressions hype, all that is dope. I can't wait.
Because we used to have to wait a little bit. Like, we see the chapter and then we're like, all right, we let everything settle down and, like, we spin around and have the recording Tuesday and then come out Thursday. But first impressions hype, I want you to understand, dog. Like, my boy showed up.
Bro, listen, I'm happy we're here because, like you said, now y'all get to really hear the excitement like the day after of just like when everything pops off. So, I mean, I'm happy we're here, and why not bring in Manga Mondays with the one and only Mills? Mills, what's up, my guy? Thank you for pulling up.
Yo, this show is lively. This is the liveliest show I think I've ever been on in my life. Oh my god. Well, yes, I'm here. If you recognize the sound of my voice, you'll recognize all things on sort of the Lookout podcast, Mount Silver, etc., etc. But I'm glad to be here, especially on the new era of the Big Eyes, Manga Mondays, the first impressions, to be able to read it and talk about it. Because I'll be honest with you, I've been looking at this for a long time too, and I hear the excitement in this podcast, and I see everyone starting to like, okay, maybe let's check out. People talking about manga. Oh shit, all right. Not a lot of people talk about manga. They talk about the anime, not so much about the manga. But yes, Thursdays, I was like, no, we're waiting too long. I need this now. I need this today. So Manga Mondays is the new era of Big Eyes, and I'm very much so here to be on the inaugural episode of this new era of Big Eyes. So yes.
So welcome. And what a fun weekend to kind of, and speaking of first impression, what a fun weekend to, kick off Manga Mondays. Because we had Funimation Con over the weekend. Where we got, I think, man, Funimation Con, I really loved how they did it. I think that, the virtual experience was, for what they could, I feel that was like, that was really, it was just fun. It was just funny. It was like fan friendly. It wasn't too much going on. So, I really enjoy. How you guys like feel about it?
In general, okay, so I watched a couple. I would say probably the most liveliest period of it that I watched was probably on Friday because they did the Fire Force premiere, which I'm like, okay,
yeah,
I'm excited about that because I did watch Fire Force. I wasn't like, I'm not over the moon about Fire Force, but I still like it enough to tune in. I was like, all right, let me check out season 2.
I love arson, so I was already like, I love this. I can't wait for this. I love Fire Force. Yeah.
So
no, continue.
Please go ahead, AD. This is.
Oh man, look, man, Fire Force is amazing. I want you guys to understand. My bad, I had to change my mic real quick, but man, the season 2 is. I'm excited for everything, especially with Zeno as the new character that we saw. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zeno.
I mean, he's doing it big, man. Like he is putting it on and he's doing everything like that. But it was great to see the premiere of that. I would have liked personally. Okay, so maybe I love Funimation Con. I don't know what I was expecting because I was just like, how are they going to do this virtually? I guess we'll find out. And I tuned in and I found out. Lots of great speakers there, lots of great people who are very knowledgeable about stuff, lots of great, just kind of panels. It was interesting how they kind of did the panels. It was kind of like watching, how they kind of do Coachella, but you're at home, but you're like,
yeah.
So it's like, okay, stagger times, different rooms, different channels. I was like, oh, okay, this was a smart idea. Maybe people can follow this blueprint for cons in the future. But one, it's free, so that was the first plus. It was 100. It was 100% free. Would I pay? Depends on who will be there. But the fact that it's free is already a major plus going in this direction. But overall, I thought the presentation was great, man. It was an experience to say so, and it was an experience. It looked like everyone loved it. Getting in touch with the voice actors, getting seeing shows premiere early. I would have loved a lot more exclusives on various things, considering they are like an anime thing company. Like the Fire Force thing was cool, but like give me more. Like I need give me the rough draft of whatever the Promised Neverland is coming out in January. Like,
well, I think
give me
the I was gonna say because I kind of think like with conventions and everything, like this was kind of the perfect way to introduce a certain format for it because because of everything that's going on, you can't actually like host live events. You can't host like stuff with like the actors like typically do. Like here, in the different conventions around the world, they'll have certain guest speakers show up. They'll have the convention cosplays. But I think with this more electronic form, it's like, okay, we still have a way to have people come in and be inclusive. You just use the hashtag FunimationCon and everybody could post their own cosplays, like how you would see around the convention site. They'll have like, okay, the guest speakers come in. You can ask your questions probably live on Twitter or however they would receive the questions. And I think the way that they presented it is very good. I would say for the first time that I've seen it, it's actually a very good format. And I think that other people should follow suit if they have to follow this trend, going forward.
I mean, yeah, I think like my favorite part is they didn't try to do too much. They didn't try to do too much with with the presentation, all the stuff that they're trying to do and release. I like how simple they kind of kept it. I agree with Mills. I would have enjoyed more exclusives on some things, but I also at the same time I understand it's like this is your first time really doing a con like this, and trying to do this in such a different format was probably it's different. And I think the more simple you try to keep it during that time,
right?
Huh?
Like, this is like their first con ever.
Yeah, it's their first con.
Oh yeah. So like the thing about like your first con ever, and you have to like flip it. You have to do this all virtually. That's insane. That's insane.
It's crazy. The fact that they've managed to when you're doing your first con, you have so much stuff planning in advance. Like you're probably planning stuff for months and months in advance. People are coming, things you're going to show, et cetera, et cetera. So for them to manage to flip it and kind of get it done in this certain way, and it might not have been the way that they necessarily wanted to do this. I'm sure they wanted the convention center, they wanted people to come out, they kind of wanted the whole deal. But the fact they were able to flip this, still provide talent, still provide exclusives, still provide, just different panels educating people about various different things. I thought it was great.
Do you think that this could really set a new standard in terms of like, even when cons are able to still happen and people are still able to go to places, like, could you still see people using this model, even if it's on like, you could do more stuff throughout the year? It's kind of like, we'll just stream it now. You can kind of like, we can do this and that, we stream it, and you'll be able to kind of do more little cons throughout the year and probably do like one big one where everyone kind of gets together.
So I think it's actually doable because there's a convention here in Atlanta that actually went online. It was a Memorial Day weekend convention, and they said, you know what, we can't have it. City shutting down, instead we'll take everything, we'll plan out an online convention for the entire weekend, and you guys can tune in, say what you got to say. We have the Discord open for you guys to jump in, post all of your feedback for things that we can do to improve on in the future. So I already think like people are starting to wrap their heads around, if there is a need to do this going forward, that we can try to take like, baby steps and see what other people are doing. And I think this may actually will be the standard, at least for the rest of the year. Hopefully it's not, but if they have to, then I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. I think, it was, and like you said, it was simple. They announced a lot of different seasons. Dubs are coming. One Piece is getting 22 episodes in August. We're here. The dub's been gone for a very long time too.
It has. It's been gone. They've been doing the movies, but and the movies have been great, but it's great to hear it come back. I need that back. I'm glad.
Funimation Con was needed, and for anime fans, with so much stuff getting pushed back. I was like, man, I just feel kind of happy to have something to look forward to. I promise all the news before this was, this is getting pushed back to then, this is getting pushed back till then, this is getting pushed back. And 2020 had a lot of stuff lined up.
Yes,
that I was excited for. But yeah, man, Mills, is there anything that caught your eye or I'm excited about this?
I would say about Funimation Con, if anything that caught my eye, I watched a couple of the panels. I watched a couple of the panels with the voice actors, and made me kind of realize how actually important and popular these are, pseudo celebrities in a way, where people are like, yo, Christopher Sabat, they were like, yo, the Stan Hive came. Sabat Hive, what? Didn't know, but here we are. But just seeing those, and then seeing all kind of the new voice actors as well, such like Zeno and a couple others as well, kind of just emerging and garnering their own fan base of their own. It's kind of like this really strong community that I kind of saw, and there was definitely one thing where I remember I definitely was watching, it might have been the Shonen Jump one. And then they were like, oh, we're going to show something about Demon Slayer. And I was like, oh, it's lit. And then they I don't know if it was technical difficulties or something, but I never got to see it. So they just shifted to My Hero, which I'm not mad at, but I was like, oh shit. But just stuff like that. I think, once you're able to do these, you're able to kind of gauge the interest. And I think that's kind of what this was, to gauge the interest overall. Do I think cons will go to this format? I don't think they'll go to this format as long as, as long as COVID's out, definitely. But in the future, I can't see this becoming the norm, just because there's so much money to make at cons, and there's so much exposure to be given at cons, that I think, it's not just panels and stuff like that. People are selling stuff. There's merchandise. There's one of a kind things. There's so much different things that are just it was taken out of the format due to these circumstances, but they still managed to deliver. That's why I kind of give them all the props that they had, because they still managed to, you felt fulfilled watching this, and I think that's at the end of the day what you want to strive for.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of like My Hero, there was some, new manga news with that coming out. They're going to be releasing another spin-off series, the My Hero Academia. What is it called? It was like part or like pretty much they're going to be like tag ups or team ups or something like that. It was like My Hero Academy.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that.
Yeah, so I read a little bit about it, and it was they're gonna do little side stories where you're gonna see pro heroes teaming up with some of the students, and completing different missions and whatnot. My Hero is just continuing to strive forward and figure out ways to keep pushing that My Hero name. They already have vigilantes. They had the one random spin-off series, or like it was like a random one shot that told the beginning of the My Heroes Rising movie.
Yeah,
where it just told like the backstory of the villain, and like that was it. That was very
it was
random.
like 9 pages.
Yeah, I was like, I was
they definitely do that. It's neat. I think it fulfills a need, because people definitely like it fulfills the need. I think they did it for. I'm not sure if they did it for Super, but they did it. They did do it for Super. It kind of like the whole
the Dragon Ball Minus, I think.
Yes, there we go. They kind of did it for that. It's kind of something like to feed fans before they actually get into it. I thought I love all these spin-offs from My Hero. I haven't actually dove into them, but the fact that there's more content, and I love this anime and I love this manga and I love everything about it. The fact that there's so much more content is like, yes, these are genius people. They obviously realize this is money. This is like a lot of things can go on with this. People obviously want it. You see people going up on Twitter. People go up for Mirko on Twitter, and not to say that it's like Mirko is like it, but it's like there's a whole fan base for these different type of heroes. So like, why not take advantage of all of that? Like, I'm Best Genius Hive all the way through. I mean, I don't know where the hell he is now. I'm kind of hoping he pops out the ground or something. But I'm Best Genius Hive all the way through. And I kind of want to see if Best Genius is going to team up with Bakugo and figure out, try to seam the fabrics of
that'll be neat. Have them two back together. Who else you want to see team up? I'm trying to think I'm trying to think of someone that would be fun for Deku. Who would be like someone that Deku could team up with that would challenge him?
I think,
Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, maybe Inasa from the other school, and like he probably like a jet propelled wind propulsion. Detroit Smash, maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I need someone. This is a good one, because
this is very good. This is
because it reminds me of so Jeff and I just finished the whole season 2 thing, sports festival stuff, and those team ups were kind of impressive in itself. Like those just kind of like watching it and the way they pulled it off as well. I think honestly you could put Deku with anybody and he would. It's just going to turn out well. I think I would. So I would love to see more stuff with Froppy, like just because I think she's incredible. I think she's underrated. I think she's a top 10 hero in the future, believe it or not.
She's cold.
Yeah.
I think she's cold.
I can see that.
I would love to see
put her with Gang Orca.
Gang Orca, probably Froppy and Gang Orca. That would be fire. A little bit like water amphibian-esque type whale. I guess whale's a mammal. Whatever.
I'm gonna be basic because I say I need more Todoroki and Bakugo. Like, I feel like that should be more of a thing, even though it's like clashing.
I feel Endeavor would probably take those two.
Yeah. We definitely need more Todoroki. The fact that
We
even in
do.
this latest chapter, it was like, "Where's Todoroki? He's not here."
He's on
But
the line. He's on the
I
line.
guess you're my like sons for today. I don't know what to say. So the fact I definitely need more Todoroki. I would love to see a lot more with the relationships between Hawks and Tokoyami.
Yeah.
Um, I thought those two, we didn't get enough of them, obviously, because Hawks is like the secret 007, OG type person. So we didn't get a lot with them, but obviously Tokoyami cares a lot for Hawks based on the things that they dropped off a couple chapters ago and haven't picked up as of yet. Um, but yeah, I mean, these are a couple things I would love to see for sure.
Yeah. I think Momo and Mount Lady too. I think that would be pretty dope to see them try to do.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
there's a lot of things that could do with this, and you know, like you said, they're gonna continue to push forward. I mean, you brought it up. I mean, we can. I had my rant in the beginning of the show. I just had to get that out the way. I really did.
Oh,
I
for
felt
sure.
that I felt that my guy's just been getting slighted a little bit. People been acting like, you know, he's just been letting Deku just dust him. He's just in the wind, like hold on now. He had to show you guys who's top dog still. This chapter, but
He's definitely letting off fireworks. He's definitely letting off fireworks.
listen, it's
now.
blamer time. Listen, the little me Bakugo shaking hands, blamer time. Like that's what it is right now. But a very intense chapter this week. Even outside of that, you even like I think the best part of this whole chapter, outside of the Bakugo thing, the best part of this whole chapter is that you get a slight peek into Shigaraki's mind. And just like you really get to see him stand as his own villain this chapter, and that's probably one of the best, like, you know, the best parts of this whole chapter is that you really get to see him be like, nah, like I love you, I thank you for this power, but it's mine now, and I'm gonna now I got the reins to this. Like, you did what you had to do. Like, I'm done with that. And I think that it was dope to get that like moment to like see him define himself as his own villain.
No, I agree.
Yes, very much so.
I feel like it's weird because it's kind of like it's like a different thing from the Deku thing. Deku, when he got his power, all he wanted to do was be All Might. He wanted everything kind of. Whereas you see Shigaraki, he's kind of really kind of taking it into his own. Maybe it's because he's a little bit older, maybe because he's been through a lot more, maybe because he's just like drunk with power. And whereas Deku was kind of like this humble kid who kind of was just like happy to be here. But it's kind of a stark difference to kind of see where everything has become. I like how they kind of defined. I was trying to really, you kind of get to really see the full, and not that you haven't seen it before, because the man destroyed damn near half of a fucking city. So it's not like you don't see the damn power already. But the fact that like his quirk is erased, but they're still having the toughest time.
Oh yeah,
yes,
because his power is comparable to All Might apparently.
Which is still ridiculous.
He's OP.
And he was given all of this strength at once. That's the one thing I want to understand. Like, to me, I feel like his power cannot keep up this long. He can't keep it up that long much more. Like, he's already been erased. But the fact that he's been fighting for so long is just like it's tantamount. It's a great feat. He's going all or nothing. That being said, how long do you think this is going to last? Like,
I will say I feel like you know what's crazy? This is at 75%. So, but
yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to think. I'm like, yo, I don't even think we've seen like the true full thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
He's got like quirks pumped into him. He's like the whole All for One type of deal where All for One gave him his quirk and they switched quirks.
It was a copy of a quirk.
Copies of quirks and all this other stuff like that, which is like, oh, okay, whoa, my head spun. But I don't think we've seen the full kind of swath. Who knows what other quirks he kind of has in his arsenal? the fact that his default strength is like all might, and I'm just like, holy fuck.
They're like, that's his base level. That's his base level strength. There's just like no quirk, no power.
If he has like, the season 3 thing, kinetic booster time 3, everything times 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he has one of those, I'm like, yo, y'all really fine for nothing, man. You better run. Like,
oh man, listen.
At this point, they just stalling for time.
No, that brings up a good point though. Just like how long can he really keep up this power level? Because I don't see him being able to keep this up for that long.
I think his body goes.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like you said, I don't think we have seen him at his final form yet. The fact that the doctor is still alive, the fact that his big giant homie, the big homie is, my lady, hey, my lady's putting on the show of strength right now. She like, listen, you must have forgot who I was. She's trying to hold down the fort right now, but
that's what I'm saying.
He got that him coming. I see him, his body kind of giving out at some point, but him still being rescued, like the doctor being rescued, and this continuing to, be dragged on. I feel like if he gets this power and he immediately knows how to master it, especially because Deku is still, mastering his own power and all these other quirks, and just for this to kind of be the final, it would feel rushed. It would feel so rushed, just because, like, there's still so much other things that we are kind of waiting for to happen. And if it's like we don't ever get to see that, or if it's like this is like the final or the final form, it would just be like.
And I feel like another big thing about that is because right now both of them have the similar quirks where they were given to them, but Shigaraki has been given so much more, whereas Deku has been working to learn and master himself. So I feel like at the end of the day, it's going to be like a point of hard work for each of them. I feel like if Shigi doesn't train to work, he's going to end up being like Frieza, where he just has all the natural talent in the world, but can only maintain this for like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there is going to be some type of focus on Shigaraki training to keep up all of these quirks and all of the strength at one time. So I feel like that's where it's going to go.
Do you think that he could? I mean, the entire Shigaraki, his entire plan is like, yo, I'm trying to kidnap Deku because I want one for all. Do you feel like maybe I'm missed something in the whole explanation of this thing that has been happening for the last 200 something episodes? Can he actually take one for all? Like, as far as everything that I've read thus far, I feel like he can't take one for all. It can only be passed down. It can't be taken, which I think
unless he does it like forcefully, like does a cut him open type situation.
That's a very good question. Because when you think about it, when you think about it, because it's also like All for One is able to give other people quirks, but like One for All, you can only willingly give it to somebody else. So it's like it's like the shield sword theory. Like which one cancels out each other? Like that's
right. No, you're right. I'm trying to figure that out as I'm like, is this all for naught, or does he actually have a plan, or is this actually going to come through? And they'll probably explain it in some backstory ass chapter later in the future. Have you guys ever? I want to ask a question. Have you guys ever felt a way about a teacher as if they felt for Eraserhead? Would you ever jump in the way of harm for a teacher, professor, anybody, the way they're jumping in? That shit was crazy.
Hey, shout out to my third grade teacher, Mr. Shimon. Shout out to the homie. Listen, that was my dog in third grade.
Hey,
my third grade teacher was 5 years. So he used to come. Yo, he was like Adam Sandler, like for real. Like he was like he was built like him. He looked like him. He kind of looked like his character from Uncut Gems. And like he used to wear this like little chain. He used to have like these little dad button ups, and just, man, he was cool. He used to come hoop with us every recess. He'll come play basketball with us, and he was nice. He was pretty nice. I was like, dang, like I'm telling you, he was like Adam Sandler as a teacher. He was lit. Shout out to Mr. Shimon. I hope that this episode finds you and you're doing well in life. Because I will ride for you like how Deku rode for my guy here.
Shout out to my 9th grade lit teacher, Mr. Hampton. Like, that's my dog. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna say too much, but all I'm gonna say is he was that one teacher that let us watch Naruto, and like he would put it up on his projector. Like after like we were done with all of our work, we'd sit there watch Naruto for like the entire class period. He would watch that with us. Like, so
yeah,
that's my dog.
You would definitely, yeah, I would jump in front of a moving Shigaraki for him. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know if I have a teacher like that. I mean, or at least I remember. I haven't gone to school in such a long time. Old, but damn, like no, I thought this entire, first of all, just seeing all of this and what Deku's doing for Aizawa, and just kind of him kind of realizing it, he's like, wow, these kids actually care about me. Maybe I won't expel them in the future, or like maybe I won't lie to them several times and threaten their lives and erase their quirks and all this other stuff. But to me, I mean, this chapter so super important for the Shigaraki's doing it his way type of deal, and just like, yo, fuck your old man all for one dreams. This is my dream right here. You gave me the quirk, let me do my thing. And kind of like, also it's just interesting to see Deku and Bakugo in the battle, and it's a shame Todoroki is not there. I'm like, yo,
okay, no, for real though, this is some real, like, that's a real thing, because you know they have built those three to really seem like a big three together. They know, especially with even Todoroki's power level. Like Todoroki ain't weak. Like Todoroki's not.
Sometimes I feel like it's 1A, 1B, and then like 2A. Like that's how I feel sometimes.
You know, like, but even then, there's even a moment in the, in the manga where, what was it? The exams where I think that was such a turning point for like Todoroki as a character, because at the exams it was like Eraser was like, there's only 2 leaders in my classroom that people follow, and it's either Bakugo or it's either Deku. And I think just after that kind of moment, it's just been this like Bakugo and Deku, and it's like Todoroki's just kind of off to the side. It's like really just like, it's like really like Todoroki gets brought up when his dad like is brought up. Like, y'all want to bring up his daddy issues, and that's really it.
I think Todoroki is so like socially stunted from his own childhood. Just like he doesn't have the personality of Deku. It was like, yes, I want to be here. Or Bakugo's was like, go to hell, which is the awesome word, like go to hell. But yeah, he's just been like socially stunted, so his character isn't as in the forefront, or not as like alpha as both of those guys, which I think is, it hurts. And I know Jeff and I talked a couple episodes ago. We were like on the Lookout podcast. We talked a couple episodes ago, and we were like, yo, is Todoroki like just a vessel for the storyline between him and Endeavor? Like, will he do anything worthwhile in the future? Because it kind of just seems like from this point, everything that's related around him is like, oh, look, he's using his fire side. Oh, look, his dad's here. Oh, look, all this other things. So you kind of wonder, as like, even if you do have this moment currently where his dad is fighting, and it would probably be great for Shoto to be around.
We just need Dabi to kill Endeavor. Yeah, we need Dabi to reveal that he's his son, and then we just need Dabi and like Todoroki to just duke it out. Because I feel like that, regardless of like, if Todoroki gets a moment, his moment is going to be connected to his dad anyways. Like there's like going to be connected to his dad. So if you're going to do it, like I feel like you might as well just go there. You might as well just go all the way there, murder his dad, like let him get some revenge, like let him, have that moment where, he doesn't really get that. I mean, maybe he doesn't get that say goodbye moment, or like you patch things up moment, and like he comes to his realization that way. But it's going to come connected to his dad. I hate that they've defined him by that now, but
he needs that one defining moment to say why he wants to be a hero, because all we kind of really know is like his dad is the number 2 hero, he becomes the number 1 hero. It's kind of like, okay, what do you want to do, Shoto, with your life? Because he went for the longest time without using his own power, and it's like it took Deku bringing it out of him to say, "It's your power, use it. Do you want to be a hero or not?" So I think Shoto needs that one defining moment to say, "All right, I want to be a hero for this." You know, that's I feel like that's where he needs to go with that.
Yeah, you know, hey, they're giving him very Yamcha-ish.
Oh, man.
No, don't say
treatment.
that. Don't
They are. They're making Piccolo.
Yeah,
They're giving them very Piccolo treatment. I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like that they're treating him like Piccolo. Piccolo can get treated like that a little bit. It's because it's like all
Piccolo even Piccolo itself. Because Piccolo now, before I mean, I would say maybe like early Piccolo, like beginning of Z Piccolo. Piccolo from Super, where he's just like in the movie, like, I don't know if I can help in this situation, but call me. And Goku's like, we'll teleport to you if we need anything. And they teleport. I watched the movie last night, which is why I remember all this shit. And they teleport to him, and it was like, you got the sensu beans? He was like, no. And it was like, what the fuck are you here for?
He's just a beacon for a break time while Broly gets beat up by Frieza.
I mean, at least he's in the movie.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, Todoroki had a moment in the movie. He took out the strongest guy.
That's true.
He took out the strongest guy on the B team, though. Like,
I don't know, man. Kamira was kind of clean. Kamira was clean.
Kamira was really strong, but it's like he had no other purpose but to be strong. Like he was like, I'm pretty sure he didn't even understood why he was on the team. They were just like, yo, go wreck shit. And then he was like, all right, I'm here.
He didn't get the fake. You didn't get the fake one for all. I'm passing it to you. Now all three of us have one for all. He didn't get that. He just beat up a dreaded wolf in the woods. And if you do that, does anyone hear it?
Well, to be fair, half of them got washed by him like the first half of the movie. So I mean, like,
that's true. Yeah.
He did have the Makai Fives, dog. I completely forgot about that. They dreaded him. Oh man! I hate that they introduced like the absolute zero with that too.
No, they need to bring that guy into the real anime. Bring him. No one else.
Dude. Yeah. He was good. De-ice him. He needs to come back.
Yeah.
He's gonna pull up in the middle. Oh man, that is funny. But no, yeah, man. Listen, we appreciate Todoroki here on the Big Eyes podcast. So, listen, we'll ride for you, my guy. We'll ride for you. But before we go, Mills, what have you been like outside of kind of like the big things you've been reading or whatever? What have you been starting watching, reading?
Okay, so obviously because of you guys, I'm spying the family.
We love to hear it.
Yes, I'm here. I read it. I loved it. I love the wholesome content. I am here for it. Of course, can't wait till the anime. I can't wait for it. I'm here for it. I love it. Like the fact that it's every 2 weeks is blowing my now. I just realized that, but I'm here for the content. It's amazing. It's beautiful. What else have I haven't been watching or reading much. I'm starting to prepare because we're doing the summer at Kame House thing for a lookout. So we're going to kind of like off the road a lot of different stuff. So there are a couple of animes that I have to watch. We're doing something for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nice.
This summer. So we're doing something for Yu-Gi-Oh! This summer. So I kind of have to like off-road of whatever the hell I'm watching. And I just realized season 1 is 40 episodes. I was like, holy fuck. And
those old like Yu-Gi-Oh! Even Pokemon, I feel
they need a Yu-Gi-Oh! Kai or something. There's no reason why these battles are 3 parts. Like I don't need to see them beat the zombies, and it takes an hour for them to do it. Like
I was do the Shaman King Yu-Gi-Oh! fan. I was never the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh fan, but I would partake in watching it here and there, but like outside of like watching loose episodes, I was just like never heavy into Yu-Gi-Oh. So I don't know, summer comics maybe,
No, it was definitely a thing for me in my childhood. Yu-Gi-Oh it wasn't a thing for long. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a thing for long. Like maybe like 2 years, but like it was a thing. It was 100% a thing.
Oh man, I just jumped back into Yu-Gi-Oh. I bought the Yu-Gi-Oh Switch game last summer when it first came out, so I was like, oh nope, I'm into it. I got all the way up to the 5Ds and then stopped right there, so I was in it for a little bit longer, but like after that, nah. So
yeah, you're much further than I am. I fell off when I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh as a young sprout. When I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh, I specifically remember watching it. I was watching it weekly. Fox, I believe it was Fox Kids, or it jumped. No, it was on.
It was like Fox Kids and like Kids WB.
Yeah, it was one of those. So anyway, I remember watching it specifically through the Noah's Ark thing, and then at some point during that arc, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what am I watching? Even as a kid, I'm like, what am I watching? Like, why is this still going on? So I eventually just pieced out and I never watched it again. And then like years later, probably like 10 years ago, I decided, oh, it's over. Like, let me watch what happens in the last episode. So I didn't even watch season 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever the hell it is. I just legitimately skipped to the last episode and I was like, oh, that's how it ends. Okay. All right. And that's my Yu-Gi-Oh tale, man. Like,
oh man, there was some great stuff that happened in between that. Like that last arc in itself was like something great.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, and I'll definitely I'll tune in. I'll tune in if anything. If I'm, it's on. Is it on Netflix? Is that last season on Netflix? Maybe on Hulu. I don't know. It's somewhere. There's a lot of stuff that's been uploaded as of late. HBO Max got people on there.
Oh, HBO Max is amazing. Jesus. I love it. HBO Max is top tier streaming.
Doesn't it have like the Ghibli movies on there?
Yes, all of them.
Oh man. Oh, say less. Nope.
It's worth it.
Oh, Hulu got all the seasons. Okay, so Hulu's here.
Hulu
on top of their game.
Yeah, listen, Hulu got a nice little anime selection in there too. Hulu's pretty clutch. They do. AD, what you been reading? What you been picking up outside of what we talk on this show?
I mean, this past weekend, I literally spent it trying to watch like Studio Trigger stuff. So I watched that new BNA. That's actually pretty good. I actually really like that. The story is great. The dude Shiro, he's a freaking beast. This man is just. Let me tell you something. You know how badass you got to be to have claws and not use them and instead just punch niggas to death. Like that is so. I'm sorry. That man is amazing. Like BNA is good. I also started watching Little Witch Academia because I was on Netflix, so I went back. So that's all I've been on.
Nice. Hey, remember? All right, so AD.
Oh,
I was reading Ashita Nojo, and I'll send you that when I first started it, and I just finally started watching the anime Megalobox, which is pretty dope. I got to I'm on like episode 3, but it's funny reading this manga because this manga is like it's from the 60s, 70s, and it is very funny how just vulgar they are. Like all these like mangas are so vulgar. Like literally first episode, he's like beating up a hobo. He's calling him a bitch. Like all these things, like they were getting, bro. They got went all the way there with it. But I love it though. It's very fun. The anime is super dope though. I definitely look at the anime heavy. No. And Mills, thank you so much for pulling up, my man. Manga Mondays, they had to bring it in with Mills. So thank you, my guy, for pulling up.
Thank you guys for this podcast. I really love you guys have put me on to stuff. This is, like I said, the liveliest podcast that I think I've been on ever.
You came in at listen. I had to have my moment. I couldn't. I had to have my moment.
He warned me right away. I was like, oh, okay, you got it. Take the floor.
Yeah, 100%. So I see it. I agree with it. But I'm happy with the things that you guys have been doing. Love that you guys continue and just feel happy and just feel connected to this manga stuff. And yeah, Manga Mondays is real now. It's super real. So
It's
I'm
real.
excited.
So make sure y'all following RNC Radio Live on Twitter, and you're following the Lookout RNC on Twitter. For all your anime content, stay up to date with everything. The Lookout, Big Eyes, Mount Silver, all the other stuff that we're doing. Make sure you tapped in. We we the, like I said, we the warlords of the manga shit, dog. Warlords of this anime shit, dog. Listen, me, Mills, Jeff, like AD, we here, Pat, all of us, we the warlords of this. So make sure y'all following us. You can follow me on Twitter at Jamal SLM, where I post anime stuff and just talk about all the stuff I love. AD.
1A Dizzle on Twitter, 1ADZL, Anime Manga Games. Mills.
At Meals TV on Twitter, but really just follow the Lookout RNC on Twitter. I would be happier you following that than following me.
Follow that. Yes, that's what all the anime stuff. We just we just fun. But
send that.
Yeah. Mills, bro. Listen, people know who Mills is. Listen, people know who Mills is. Mills is money, dog. Mills is money.
I'm just trying to get in where I fit in, and that is
it. Listen. But thank you guys so much for tuning in this episode. Read more manga, watch more anime, drink more water. Y'all be good. Peace.